Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Carol and I love books. I love them, and today's video is all about books. We're gonna start off talking about the books I've finished reading as of late, and then we're gonna talk about books I've purchased throughout the last, let's say, like month. The first book I finished reading recently was Snow Falling on Cedars by David Gutterson. It is a novel talking about murder in in a mixed culture between Japanese people and Americans. Well, an alleged murder because it's under investigation, as well as, well, it's not under investigation, but they don't know the whole entire story, so they're investigating, as well as there's a trial going back and forth between past and present, where there's like a lot of flashbacks talking about the relationship between people, what might have led to this alleged murder, and all of that. I personally really love this book. I would give it like 4.5 stars out of 5, or even like 5 stars, because I did love the style, I loved the story, I felt very involved, and I cared deeply about a lot of the characters. I just really loved it, and I would recommend it to pretty much a lot of people who like this style of books. I also read a few books on my Kindle. I finished reading a book called The Reader by Bernard Schlink, and it's basically historical fiction talking about a boy who has an affair with an older lady, and then she disappears, and he finds her in a trial for like some kind of group murder related to World War II and the Nazis and things like that. I read this book because I watched the movie prior. I have to say the book. I loved the movie way more than the book. I think the book was like lackluster, wasn't very intriguing, but I read it because I wanted to know how accurate it is to the movie. It is quite accurate, but I prefer the movie nonetheless. I also read a book called The Boy with Striped Pajamas. It's also historical fiction, but that one, on the contrary, was like 10 times better. Such a good story. I finished it within like one day, one sitting. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop reading it. I had to finish it on the spot. It was a beautiful book. I give it 5 stars. I love it. It's a historical fiction. He moved with his father from Berlin to Auschwitz. I'm sorry about mispronouncing it. I think it's called Auschwitz or Auschwitz. And he meets a boy in a camp, and he wears like striped pajamas and things like that, and then they become friends, and the story goes from there. It is absolutely beautiful to see like such a really huge historical story depicted through the eyes of an innocent child. It is beautiful. I cannot recommend this book highly enough. I think everybody should read it. It's amazing. I love it so much. So yeah, these are the 3 books that I read. And I purchased 8 new books that are here. So I'm gonna start off with what I'm the most excited about, which is a book I used to have. I gave to my friend, and I don't think that I'm gonna get it back anytime soon, so I purchased another one. It is called Stone Butch Blues by Leslie Feinberg. It's a novel, but it's more like biographical in a lot of aspects. It talks about women who did not, or like more butch women in the time where there was a lot of discrimination towards them, a lot of bizarre rules, and it's just beautiful. I really love it. I don't remember all the details. I'm looking forward to rereading it because I'm just very curious. It's quite an odd like copy. I don't know if you can tell the way that it's laid out. It's weird, but hey, it's an awesome book. At least I have it now. It's just, oh, I really recommend it. Unfortunately, you cannot find it on Amazon or the Bookdepository or anything like that. You have to hunt down the author's website, and then she'll link you towards the shop that she uses to sell her books. I don't know if she sells internationally, but if you live in the States, at least you can for sure get it. It's beautiful. I love it. And then we have the 7 other books that I purchased from the Bookdepository. The first one is the one that I'm currently reading. It is called Hotel on the Corner of Bittersweet by Jamie Ford. It seems like such a good book. Like historical fiction, I love historical fiction. I don't know if you've been able to tell, but historical fiction is like one of my favorite genres. Not so much YA historical fiction, but like really good historical fiction is just my thing. Um, I can't really tell you a lot about it because, first of all, I'm only like 100 pages through, so not so deep into the story. I've been too busy with school, university, work, everything. So I haven't been reading that much, but it's such a good book from what I can like feel or sense so far. But yeah, that's it. The second book that I purchased is a book that I used to have. I also gave to my friends, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know which friend has it anyways, so I ended up buying it again. And it's by Frank McCord. It's a memoir. It's a beautiful memoir that I'm looking forward to rereading. It's called Angela's Ashes. Um, I don't remember anything about it other than the fact that I enjoyed it thoroughly. There is a movie featuring, what is her name? Something Watson. Emily Watson, I believe, potentially. I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But it is absolutely stunning. Very sad, very touching, but still beautiful nonetheless. And I highly recommend you buy it and you read it, especially if you love historical fiction / memoirs and the whole thing. Then I'm sure that you'll love this all so much. Then I also bought this book. It's called Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I heard so many people on Booktube, I think it's called, really recommending this when they're discussing historical fiction, and so I decided I love historical fiction. Everybody seems to be recommending this. I'm gonna read it, and I think I'm probably gonna like it. Really don't know a lot about it yet, but I'm looking forward diving deep into it and discovering what it's about. I also got Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. This is a book. I still don't know anything about it, but I just decided to buy it because it seems interesting and the cover seems quite intriguing, so I am looking forward to it. And it's not such a big book. It's like relatively a small book. So I am looking forward to reading that one. Then we have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I also think it's considered historical fiction, but I'm not sure. But I'm hoping because I love historical fiction. It's by Betty Smith, and I think I've had it on my wish list for quite some time. Don't really remember why I put it on my wish list, but so I looked at my wish list. This seemed intriguing, and I bought it. Then we have this one, The Light Between Oceans by Mel Stedman. It seems intriguing. I read the blabber on the back. What the heck? Let's just get it. So I did. So the last book that I bought was The Guernsey Livery and Potato Peel Society by Mary Ann Schaffer and Annie Barrows. Don't know why I bought it. It was recommended on Booktube, so I was like, what the heck? Let's get it. So, yeah, this was my book haul. If you would like to hear more about the books, maybe to get like some book reviews of the books that I end up reading, then let me know. I would be happy to do that. And if you'd like to hear any specific book related videos, let me know as well. And I hope to see everyone very soon. Thank you so very much for watching, and we shall chat, I hope, soon. Have a good day. Bye.